Hey, what's up guys and gals? Welcome back. We are doing part 3 of my Tupperdor unboxing. As you can see, I got all my other collection back there and that's just part of it. There's more. Welcome back to my returning viewers, and if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing. Got lots of content like this coming up in the future, of course. And quick wristwatch check for my guys and gals out there. I am wearing my Tudor Pelagos Blue. Great watch. And real quick, I wanted to say before we jump into this, I did pick up a couple of other boxes of cigars that I need to do because they're in this other container that I did in part 1. And that is the, pull it out here. So I picked up the 2024 Oktoberfest, smoked one of those already. Great cigar. It's meant to be paired with a Marzen style beer, and this is the Kaiser Ludwig size, so it's a 6x49 box press. If you can get this one, smoke some of the other sizes, but this is the one to get in my opinion. So I did pick that up. That's a recent add to my collection. And also, so I recently picked up this box of the El Titan de Bronze, and this is the Corona. Great cigar. This has an Ecuadorian sun-grown wrapper. This is actually a Habano Claro wrapper, and it has all Nicaraguan binder and filler, and that's got regions from Esteli and also Jalapa. So very cool. Check those beauties out. I did smoke one of these and then picked up a box after enjoying it. So this is actually the, I believe, level 9 master roller. So this is called the Redemption, in case you're looking for this. And these are made in the El Titan de Bronze factory, but General Cigars is distributing them, excuse me, but they don't actually make the cigars. So just something I want to point out, but fantastic. If you can get a box of those, I highly recommend it. Okay, so those are just a couple of recent additions that I wanted to point out, but we are here for, let me change that. Also represent Texas. I'm drinking a Shiner. Okay, so we'll open her up and voila. A lot of good stuff in here. Let's start with one of the more recent additions to my collection. So this is the Ezra Zion 12th year anniversary that they recently released. Has this really nice pearlescent, kind of ivory colored. I'm a Leo, so seeing that line on there definitely spoke to me. See that semi-closed foot, and this is featuring, so it's a 6x48 Toro. It has a 12-year Corojo 99 Rosado leaf, and I want to say that they only made 645 out of this batch. So as you know, as you saw in part 2 of my collection, I like a lot of Ezra Zion and Nomad stuff just because the flavors are always really good, and they have that, you know, hard to get. So once you smoke them, they're gone. I like that because it's just something special and unique. And so I collect a lot of Ezra Zion and Nomad cigars, as you'll see here in just a moment. So the other more recent release that dropped was this bad boy here. This is the peanut butter pie. Look at that. Again, they use that pearlescent kind of metallic paper, but this is another one of their dessert themed cigars. Again, in case you didn't see it in my other video, these aren't actually sweet. They are natural tobacco, but they have a lot of those characteristics of dessert flavors that are, you know, used to describe the cigars. That's kind of what Ezra Zion and Nomad do a lot of that, as you'll see here shortly. Now this is a 6 1/4 by 50 Toro, and it is using a triple fermented 10-year San Andreas wrapper leaf. And this cigar, I think the batch, they only made 570 of this particular one. So this was a little harder to get. I only got a 5-pack, so I will definitely be enjoying that in the future, hopefully with some friends and with great company and great drinks, great food, just great cigar to round it all out with. Moving on, we got, here we have, so I have 4. I actually smoked one of these. There were 5 in here, and this is the Nomad Pancakes and Syrup. So I bought 10 of these and already smoked one. Fantastic cigar, just absolutely decadent in flavor. As you can see, it's got the shaggy foot or broom foot, as some will call it. And this is actually a 6x46 skinny Toro, and it's using a Criollo 98 leaf. When I saw they were using Criollo for the wrapper leaf, I had to pick up at least 10 of these cigars so I could enjoy them over time. Criollo to me always has a really good chocolatey, sometimes that maple syrup or raisiny kind of flavor. So I was really excited to see these come in. Awesome, and they did a batch of only 375 of this one. Cool. Okay, moving on to these bad boys here. So these I snagged. It is actually 10 of the LCA release from Privada Cigar Club of the Year of Puff. This is for 2024. It's a 6x54, and this is actually a cigar made by AJ Fernandez. So made in the Esteli factory. I love that design on it too. Kind of get that scale gold color. Very cool, very unique, and that's actually on the band as well. So let me get one of these out so you can see that, hopefully, on the wrapper on that band. Very cool. And this is actually using a Cuban seed Ecuadorian wrapper leaf that's been aged for 10 years. And then it has Nicaraguan binder and filler that has been aged for 3 years. Fantastic cigar. I know I keep saying that, but it's just such a banger. Smoked one of these and immediately bought another 10 so I could hold on to them, because I know once they're gone, like all the other limited releases, that'll be it. So don't know when I'll smoke these, but you better believe when I do, I'm gonna enjoy it to its fullest. So if you get a chance to pick some of these up, I highly recommend it. AJ Fernandez, as you know, never misses. Everything he makes is just amazing. So got me some of that. This one, I forgot to look up the details on it. It's the Nomad Burnt Ends. So this feels like a 6x50, maybe 52 Toro, might be a 6 1/4. And this also has the shaggy foot. I did smoke one of these cigars and it has a little oomph to it, so I couldn't tell you on the wrapper leaf. I apologize, but I know, yeah, the cool thing is with the shaggy foot design, if you don't know already, when you're smoking the binder and filler, you get those flavors, and as soon as that fire gets into the wrapper leaf, then you're hit with that wrapper flavor. So it's cool because you actually do experience a change up in the flavor and profile of the cigar. But I remember liking this one a lot, and it being in the medium to full profile as far as strength and flavors. Let's go ahead and break out this tray here. So we will do the 2 packs of the Ezra Zion Pecan Pie. This is probably one of the more sought after blends or drops that Ezra Zion does each year. This is actually using a, let's see, 6x48 box press Toro. It's cool, the ribbon, little, you know, nice touch there. Reminiscent of the pies, you know, and napkins and the whole kitchen theme, I guess you could say, or dessert theme. This is using a 11-year San Andreas Maduro wrapper. They did a batch of 590 of these, but I know that every time they release the pecan pie, they sell out super quick. So keep an eye out for November, around that time frame this year. When this drops, try and get as much as you can. I'm down to 9, and I can't wait to get more. Okay, moving on, here we have the Ninja Bread. This was a 2023 release, and this is actually featuring, so it's a 6x50 Toro. It is wrapped up, as you can see there, the little sticker for the Ninja Bread man, and this is using an 8-year aged Habano wrapper. So the Habano, of course, giving it that spice, that gingerbread kind of peppery note to it, those baking spice notes. Delicious cigar. This one I like a lot. I smoked another 5-pack and I'm down to my last 4, so I'm hoping I'll get more of these when they drop the next release. But Ninja Bread Man, another one worth checking out and trying to snag when you can. This is the Nomad Fear No Evil release that was done last year, and this is actually using a Corojo 99 wrapper. It's also wrapped up in that tissue paper and the band. This is a 6.5 by 48 Toro, I guess you could call it, Corona Gorda maybe. And they only released 375 of this batch. This actually had some strength to it. I remember smoking this and on an empty stomach, and it definitely caught me off guard. So I would say if you get any of these kind of Fear No Evil releases, this one's the Phenomenon limited edition. Definitely eat before you smoke one, or have a soda nearby just in case. That was a good cigar there as well. Okay, moving on to these over here. I have 2 packs of the Ezra Zion Chocolate Glazed Donut. This is a 6 by 48 Toro. They did a batch of 520 of this. This almost looks more like a Corona, so that 48 ring gauge, semi-closed foot there. And this has, as you can see, a very dark wrapper. It's a 11-year aged Oscuro leaf. They made 520 of these. And literally this cigar, I remember smoking it the first time, and it was like tasting like Cocoa Puffs. So creamy, full-bodied smoke, and had that cocoa, almost that alkaline kind of aftertaste to it in a good way. Delicious cigar, very good with those cocoa and chocolate notes. And yeah, that one, I'm taking my time on this, down to 8. So eventually I'll be down to 0, which will be a bummer. But the good thing with Ezra Zion is they're constantly releasing new stuff. So not that big of a deal. Okay, to the next tray here. We got the Ezra Zion Green Army Men limited edition. This cigar blew me away. Very good, and had some oomph to it. I remember getting that nicotine buzz, lightheaded, kind of high off of this cigar. Beautiful wrapper leaf on there. It's got the little Green Army Men. The cool thing about these two is each of the foot bands has a different Army Man. So I thought that was pretty cool in their design. This is actually using an 11-year Criollo Rosado leaf, and this is a 6 by 48 ring gauge. And in this batch, they made 605. So if you can snag some of these, well worth the hunt. Great cigar. I remember giving these recently to a friend of a buddy of mine, and he enjoyed the heck out of it, which I love. I love when someone gets the chance to enjoy and appreciate these cigars in my collection, so I'm always happy to share. Next up, oh, as you can see, I have leftover one of the Nomad Rampage cigars. So from part 2, I completely forgot I had one of these over in this other box. I need to put that with the 5-pack. But here we have the Ezra Zion White Chocolate Kiss. This has a cool design to it, as you'll see in just a second. If I can get one of these out. There you go. Check that out. So obviously reminiscent of the Hershey's Kiss, and just this white chocolate kiss. This is actually a 5 1/4 by 52 Bellicoso. It's using a 9-year age Criollo Claro leaf. And this definitely has that light chocolate or milk chocolate flavor to it. And there is some white chocolate notes in there that I could pick up. A lot of sweet notes, just fantastic cigar. And I am down to 5 of these. This is the full 5-pack, but I did smoke a couple singles that I picked up as well. So this cigar was also amazing. Moving on, we also have next up the Nomad Buttery Popcorn Limited Edition. And this cigar is actually featuring a 9-year Corojo 99 wrapper. It's a 6 by 50 Toro. You can see that buttery wrapper on there. And yeah, the name is coming from the buttery kind of mouthfeel that I guess you get from the smoke. It doesn't have a popcorn flavor to it. But this was a very good cigar, and it was actually a limited release they did. I think this one was 345, somewhere around there. So this one I like, perfect in the summertime, like at a barbecue. It's such a good smoke. And I have 5 of these left. So next up we have the Nomad Sledgehammer. This has a cool little charm around it as far as the wrapper or the band. So you can see that little miniature sledgehammer there. looking like Thor's hammer. Pretty cool. Definitely unique. That's one thing I'll give Ezra Zion or Nomad Cigars. They always have very cool bands and wrappers and product designs for all of their packaging. So very cool. This is a 6x52 Toro, limited edition, of course, and this is using a 9-year aged Criollo 98 wrapper, and they made 380 of these. So as you can tell, I really like, anytime something's got a Criollo wrapper on there, I gotta pick up at least a 5-pack, and I'm down to 5 of these in this pack. So I always buy a 5-pack, either 1 or 2, or try and get at least a 5-pack with a few singles so I can taste it and then save the 5 and determine when I want to smoke them. So got those in there. And then over on this side, I have one of the triple chocolate cake. This is an Ezra Zion release. Look at that wrapper leaf. Oh my gosh. Almost feels like sandpaper. Just phenomenal. Of course, it's got the little ribbon there wrapped around it. And this is a 6x50 Toro. It's using a 10-year aged broadleaf Maduro wrapper. Fantastic. A lot of chocolatey notes in there. Full bodied, I would say medium full strength. Just an absolute treat to enjoy. And I have 4 of these bad boys left. So sad to see this pack getting smaller by the month. All right, and our last tray here. So this is gonna have on this side a 5-pack and 2 of the singles of the Frank Yaneza, I hope I'm saying that right, 1961. This was an LCA released, so distributed, as you can see, listed here by Privada Cigar Club. I don't know the full story behind this cigar. I just know that this is coming from Oliva's factory, and this is using a broadleaf wrapper, so very good to see that. The coveted broadleaf wrapper, and then using Nicaraguan binder and filler. You can see the band there. I'll just take that wrapper off. It's very cool. Now, my understanding is they did, I think, a release of 9,000 of this batch of cigars. And so you can still get it to this day. You know, there's not many websites left, but I know if you just do a quick search, you can actually find it. And I remember smoking one of these. I actually bought, I want to say 10 of them. And I remember smoking this cigar and it just blowing me away because it's full strength, full flavor, that broadleaf and that Nicaraguan binder. If you like Nicaraguan tobacco, this is one you got to try, especially Oliva being one of the OGs in the game. Got to try it if you get the chance. And then moving over to the Ezra Zion Peanut Butter Stout. Very interesting cigar. As you can see, I have a 5-pack and then I also have 4 singles left. I had 5 singles and I smoked one to try it out. This has an interesting 6x52 Toro box pressed. It's got a 9-year aged Sumatra wrapper leaf, and it definitely has a nutty character to it. It's very complex, hard to describe actually. The aged tobacco on these gives it a very interesting flavor note to it. It definitely has that nuttiness. I mean, peanut butter, sure. Some pepper in there, like it's earthy. I mean, just a great cigar. Different from anything else I've smoked from Ezra Zion. So it's really cool to see them have the ability to go in different directions with their blends. They don't always just do, you know, dessert themed things. And this I know is meant to be paired with a stout, but in my opinion, goes great with a Shiner Bock as well. So try it out. If you get the chance, check that one. And they did 505 was the number on this as far as the release. And then here I have the Nomad Melted Cookies and Cream Ice Cream Sandwich or ice cream themed cigar. You can see the little Oreos there. This is a 6x48 Corona, and it's using a San Andreas Maduro wrapper. I smoked the singles that I had of this, and I haven't even opened this 5-pack, so I can't, I guess I could, but I won't take it out. I'll just leave it bundled up. But yeah, great cigar. And this was another one of those chocolate bombs. Creamy, some pepper, just great stick. And then lastly, I had picked up, and this is also still wrapped up, so I hadn't opened this one yet either, but this is the Ezra Zion Blessed Leaf Elohim. It's a 7x40 Lancero. I already smoked the one that I picked up as well. So this is all I have left. They made 560 of these, and this is using a 12-year Corojo 99 Rosado leaf wrapper. This was another one of those cigars that really kind of blew me away with Ezra Zion. I know that their Blessed Leaf releases tend to use some really good aged tobaccos, and this one was phenomenal. I don't know when I'll smoke these. I mean, I'm thinking some sort of special occasion, but my collection has gotten to the point too where, I mean, I really want to start enjoying these. There's just so many of them. I'll eventually, yeah, get to it, but just wanted to show you what I had for part 3. So yeah, a lot of Ezra Zion, a lot of Nomad, some LCA stuff, and then of course those other boxes that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So we still have that big box back there to get to, so make sure you subscribe to my channel. Of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that, and I will look forward to seeing you all at the next one. Until then, take care.